Hello, I'm India, and welcome to our podcast, Green on the Go, brought to you by Holiday Extras. This podcast looks into how our travel habits affect the world around us, and essentially how we can travel better to maintain a sustainable future for this planet. The episode you're about to listen to was recorded in Bangkok, whilst we were there filming our Thailand travel guide for the Holiday Extras Travel Guides channel on YouTube. Our tour guide Apple from the company Your Thai Guide had a wealth of knowledge about her city and was really proud of her culture. I was keen to hear Apple's views on how Bangkok and Thailand as a whole was coping with the pressure of Western culture and tourism. So we've had an amazing day with you in Bangkok. You've shown us a whole other side of the city that I've never ever, even thought about. How long have you been a tour guide for?
I've been a tour guide for almost 2 years by now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And have you always lived in Bangkok?
Yeah, I always live in Bangkok.
Yeah, so this is your city, hometown.
Yes, grew up here and work here.
Mm-hmm. And I guess what I'm most intrigued about is how has the city changed in the past 20, 30 years? Because I know that there's been an influx of Westerners in the past 20, 30 years.
Yes.
It's a sort of backpackers hotspot, Bangkok. In England, if you're going travelling, if you're 18 and you're about to go travelling, the first stop tends to be Thailand.
Yep.
Normally it's Bangkok.
Yes.
I know that the airport is one of the busiest in the world because of that. And I guess I just want to know how the city has handled this massive change and this influx of Westerners coming into the city, because it's quite a modern city.
Yes.
It's a lot more modern than I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
And you've shown us, the real true culture of Thailand that is still in the essence of the city. But yeah, how has it changed in the past 20 years?
Oh, it's changed a lot. Of course, because of the tourists come to Thailand a lot more. You guys need the facility that is possible for the Western culture. For example, like the flushing toilet.
Yeah.
Can you do the squash toilet?
I've not seen one here actually.
Yeah, but long time ago we use the squash toilet. But now, because of the culture change, the tourists come to Thailand a lot more. They have a lot of problem about that kind of stuff. So we changed a little bit. And also with the big city, even though we have a lot of tourists, the good thing is they just gather in the small zone. Right. So they not go to another area, so that Thai people still keep our lifestyle as normal.
Okay, I guess there's areas like Koh San Road,
exactly.
For example.
Yeah, Koh San Road, Siloam Road, and Sukhumvit Road. That was a lot of tourists come, but at the other part, like my hometown, my suburb area, we don't see the tourists too much. We don't see the Western people too much. So we still can have the normal life and we still can enjoy our lifestyle.
Keep that culture rich.
Exactly.
Because I think that's what's been so amazing about today, is that you've shown how proud you are of the Thai culture, from the food to the temples to the backwaters.
Yes.
And that would be awful for it to be lost. But I'm going to be honest, before I came here, I kind of thought, I'm going to Bangkok, it's going to be really busy, it's going to be full of English backpackers everywhere drinking, because that is a reason why young people like to come here, because it's cheap.
Yes.
You're going to get cheap alcohol, you're going to get things that you probably can't get back in Europe.
Yep.
And I think it would be really sad for that to override everything else that you've got going on in this city. So where for you, is there places that you like to keep secret, from the tourists, so that they don't get ruined? Or are you quite happy as a tour guide to share these other beautiful places in the city?
As a tour guide, personally, I love to show the city for the tourists. And nowadays, because the tourists change their personality, instead of going to the tourist zone, the bar and stuff, they look for something that like unbeaten path, like gems. What do you call that? Like not many people.
Little gems, things that aren't in the Lonely Planet Guide or whatever.
Something like that. So they want to see more Thai because they educate more that Thailand is not just the party zone, the crazy city, but we also have a lot of the nice culture, nice people, nice food, nice place, and nice weather. Yeah, like this. So they want to see the real Thailand, real Bangkok. So as a tour guide, I would love to show the tourists to see my country, my home, and share to everyone to know this is how beautiful of my country.
And I guess within those guides, you can teach people how to respect the culture, and how to give it its time and its space, and how not to ruin it. Because I imagine Koh San Road, for example, probably used to be a beautiful street, a beautiful market. And I mean, what's its origins? Where did it start, and how has it gone from being, probably something?
Actually, the Khao San Road used to be the little street, little alley that they sell a lot of rice sack.
Oh,
sack
really?
of rice. That's why it is the name of Khao San Road. Khao San is rice.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the rice that haven't steamed yet.
So it's rice road, basically.
Yeah, actually, it is the rice road because they sell a lot of sack of rice.
Yeah.
And somehow the Western people come and they decide to set up the guest house there, and then from one guest house become 10 guest house, become a lot of guest house more. Yeah, so they changed the Khao San Road in that term.
I guess it was probably quite cheap.
Exactly.
And then because it was cheap, these cheaper hostels started, and then the bars started.
Exactly.
And then it just had a knock-on effect. And now we walked down there yesterday, and oh my goodness, it's crazy. Well, there's a great big McDonald's in the road, which makes me think, oh goodness, what have us Westerners done? There's bars everywhere, everything's in English, It's quite chaotic, and I didn't really like it much, I must admit.
Unfortunately, in many cities in Asia will have that little street that look like Khao San Road. Either in Myanmar, in Cambodia, in Siem Reap, they have that little street.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Koh Phangan, and they had Rin when the full moon parties happen. That area.
We should never ever been to that full moon
party.
Oh,
don't go, it's awful. But then if you go to the other side of the island, it's this peaceful, or sort of yoga retreat land where, it's so gorgeous and it's so clean and it's so beautiful, but the area which is for the tourists is horrendous and it's dirty, and it's quite embarrassing that us Westerners have done that to this culture and to this country. I mean, do you worry at all that it's going to go too far ever, or do you think that the Thai culture is strong enough to keep its roots?
Fortunately, I believe that our Thai culture is very strong enough that we can keep our culture, our lifestyle. Even though there are a lot of Western culture come, we still can adapt it into our style.
And you must depend on the money that comes from the tourism a lot.
Yes.
But you think you can adapt?
We also can adapt it.
Yeah.
Thai people are adaptable person. We can be flexible with everything, and we never forget the root of our culture. So even though we have a lot of Western people come, we start speaking English more, but in another part of our heart, we still love the nature, love the temple, love the culture. So I don't have any worried about if our culture will change too fast.
Because we went to see the palaces yesterday, the Grand Palace yesterday.
Yes.
And you said to us that the king wanted to make a palace that reminded him of heaven.
Yes.
And so, he wanted to do it for his people as well, so they had somewhere close to heaven to go to worship.
Yes.
But we got there and it was so busy. It was packed, and it kind of ruined it a little bit for me, because that peaceful side was lost a bit. And I wonder, can you worship in a place? Can you enjoy that side of your culture when it's just filled with tourists?
Yeah, unfortunately, because the Grand Palace is the #1 main attraction in Bangkok, so every tourist the first time you come to Thailand, you must go to the Grand Palace.
Yeah, and it is beautiful.
It is so beautiful, as if the heaven. And now it's become the crowded heaven. Yeah.
Yes, crowded heaven, yeah.
Because everyone wants to go to
crowded
the
heaven with selfie sticks everywhere.
Oh yeah. So this is why it's become a part of my job as a tour guide. So I have to teach all the tourists to know about the culture, about how to do not do it in Thailand. Is it appropriate or not appropriate?
And is there, if you know, your one piece of advice for tourists coming to Thailand, could a piece of advice to them, what would it be? You know, a piece of advice that helps them travel here in the most mindful way possible, what would it be?
Because my country is the old country, so we have a lot of culture and tradition. So we have so many things that you should do or you should not do.
Yeah.
For example, we not point the feet up to somebody else.
Yes, okay.
Once you are sitting in the place, you cannot just point your feet in front of the people.
Sat down, don't put your feet
especially
to
the
else.
Buddha image or the monk or the senior person. And also we never put our feet above the chair, above the table to rest your feet. No, that is not appropriate.
Okay. So that would be very disrespectful if someone did that.
Exactly.
It's funny because I'm a yoga teacher, and in yoga at the end, when you do Shavasana, you should always turn your feet to the back of the room so that your feet aren't going towards the yoga teacher, because it seems being disrespectful.
For yoga,
so I wonder if it's a similar idea.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Because of that culture as well, you know. So that's why they have to do that.
Yeah.
And because we believe that the head is very high, the highest part of our body. So we very concerned if somebody will touch our head or smash our head or something. So if it's possible, do not touch anyone's head.
Oh, okay,
you know, unless you ask for permission.
Okay. So I guess it's all about doing a bit of research about the culture before you come here, and making sure that you're as respectful as possible. And I guess it's things like going to the temple. We had to make sure that we covered up our legs and our shoulders, and just not abusing the culture. In a sense, trying to.
That's why it is a part of my job as well. That's why I become the tour guide, because I want to teach everybody to know what you do once you come to Thailand, what you do when you go to the temple, or this place you can be whatever you want to be. This place you should be calm and respectful to the building, the people.
It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful culture.
Yes.
Everyone's been smiling here.
Yes.
You've been grinning from ear to ear every time you talk about your culture and the food and you know, everything that comes with it. So I think my advice to anybody coming to Thailand would be to book a tour with you because it's been amazing. I've really enjoyed seeing that side to Bangkok that isn't just about the high-rise buildings and the busyness and the chaos, which is interesting.
Yes.
But you know, to see the other side from a local's point of view has been amazing. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
A huge thank you and shout out to the sponsors of this show, Holiday Extras. Holiday Extras is the UK's market leader for travel extras, from airport hotels, parking, lounges, destination car hire and holiday insurance. Holiday Extra's purpose is less hassle, more holiday, but also believe this shouldn't come at a price to the environment or local communities. So are continuing to develop ways to improve the way we travel. So if you like what you've heard, then you can subscribe via iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. You'll also be able to watch every episode on our YouTube channel, Holiday Extras Travel Guides. And you can check out more of our travel videos there too. Thanks again for listening, and I can't wait to have you on board for the next episode.